Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hey, this is a new video that I just did about headlights. So I'm going to kind of go into detail about it. It's a 2006 F250. Just wanted to show you the headlight first. Basically, it's just sun damaged. It's got dirt collected into the pores of it and everything, and you can kind of see it in the video as we speak. I just wanted to show you everything, and we'll start from there.
Gross. That's not.
First, I want to just show you guys what I do. I want to prep the surface by just cleaning all the dirt. I'm not going to wash the vehicle right now. Just wanted to show you everything as I do it. It's just a prep, cleaning off around surfaces, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to clean it off as best as I can, clean the lens off, down, left, right, all the fun stuff. I want to clean the grill off as well, and in a second you'll see why. Mainly the lens, but it's not too crucial. Video is about to speed up so I can show you. Basically, I'm going to tape all the edges. I'm going to try to sneak it behind the glass or behind the plastic. Put it on the top, bottom, left, right. Don't want to accidentally damage the paint in any way, shape, or form. This is the prep side of it, so just cleaning everything up, trying to protect the paint as many times as possible. I like to do several layers, in the sense of 2 or 3 deep, just so when you're polishing or even sanding at that point, you can kind of run into it a little bit, and it's not going to rip off the tape and destroy anything. It's just one of those things where if you practice this, your risk of damage is going to lower itself, especially when you polish and sand. See, I'm trying to get all around the edges. It's the main thing. I want to get all around all the edges. You want to rub that tape in so it sticks really well. It's going to get wet. In the beginning, it's not going to get wet. It's going to be sanded down, and I'm going to walk you through the process as I do it. I'm about to pull out a battery-powered Dewalt DA sander. I start off with 600, and it does get gummed up pretty quick just because the plastic likes to get stuck. That's why wet sanding is a little bit better than dry sanding. You can kind of see that I already went through the second one. And about right here is I'm about to go through 800 and clean it off. So that was 600, 800. The higher the number, of course, the more fine it is. Yeah, you just saw my little dog come into view. So again, I'm on 800 now. Just going to sand it. Going to go back and forth, crossing over every time. Now I'm starting with 1,000 grit sandpaper. 1,000 grit is really good because it takes off a lot of the layers, and you can kind of feel it when you actually start sanding. You'll see me kind of go back and forth. When you sand, just make sure you go left to right and you go all the way to the edges, and that's why we prep with the paint. I just showed you that I went to 1,200. I'm going to go in stages. The bottom of the headlight has a clear coat over it from factory, it looks like, so I'm just going to try to get that off as best as possible. I'm just wiping it down to show you guys how hazy it gets. There's 1,500 now. Again, always get everything really wet. It doesn't clog up the actual sandpaper. You want to always keep your entire hand on the physical surface of not only the sandpaper, but on the actual plastic on the opposite side, so you get an even sanding motion and taking off material. Hoping that you guys can hear me on my Madonna mic. I'm hoping that it's not too loud because I don't want you to blow your eardrums out. This will be good if you can actually come up and hear things with me. So with this, you can hear it nice and smooth. And then the old one, should have done it before and after, but actually I can go to the other side, just so you can have a little audio to it. I want to hear, and I'll do this again. This one hasn't been cleaned yet, but I want you to hear the difference. It sounds like sandpaper, and it feels like sandpaper, and you can feel the layers that are dead on it. So hopefully you can hear that, and I might stop the video and redo it again to see. But yeah, this is a lot smoother here. Yeah. Little ASMR. Super smooth though. Almost feels like velvet because it's not perfectly smooth. So it's good. So on the second part of this, you can see again, keep everything nice and wet. Keeps the sandpaper nice and clean, and just again back and forth, up and down, left and right. I'm pretty sure I'm on 1500 grit sandpaper at this point. I'm going to work my way up to 2000 grit. You can see how the bottom of the bumper is now getting all, cloudy, and that's just from the old plastic and everything. Again, constantly keeping the sandpaper wet. Just back and forth with it. Go to all the edges and everything all the way around. And you can see how clear it is with water on it. Water is actually filling in all the micro scratches that I've created with it. Just drying it off so you can see how hazy it gets, and how the bottom, as I'm pointing right now, is the clear coat, and how it's actually still shiny. That'll stay just because you're going to basically polish it just like a paint. 25 grits 100 sandpaper, which is good. Again, the further you go away from 1000 grit, you need to use as much water as possible. It's really, really smooth right now, just like before. We're at 3000 grit, back and forth. Again, same motion, nothing crazy. If you want to go up and down to kind of check your work, you can, and just constantly move, changing positions so you're not tiring out one arm, going back and forth. This is a process, so just take your time with it. Again, I'm trying to get down to the actual clear coat to get it off as much as possible, but it's still there. Again, keeping everything nice and moist and wet. And then just that sandpaper, again, same motion back and forth, and you'll feel the difference. It kind of is sticky or tacky. And as you're going back and forth, it creates a smoother resistance when you use that new sandpaper. And just go all the way to the edge, keep everything wet so it cleans the sandpaper as you're using it. And then, of course, check your progress. Here's the headlight as I'm showing you a little bit of after I have just sanded it. It looks a lot better, but it's so cloudy. But you can see I've taken off all the gunk off of it, all the, I like to call trash that gets stuck into the sun and everything. So you're going to see the difference from this point forward. It's going to look better and better. I'm using a polisher with an orange pad with a compound, and I do it twice. I want to change positions and do it twice. So I touch every edge, and this is where the tape comes into play. And every time the video kind of goes back and forth, you'll see how clear it is. Go left, right, up, down, clean it off. A lot clearer, as you could tell. Not as cloudy, but there's still some cloudiness to it. So I'm still on an orange pad, but the only difference is I'm on a hybrid compound where it's not as aggressive. I want to try to bring that shine. It's all staging to just get as far away from compound as possible. You'll see I'll clean it off again. It's a lot better. There's still a tiny bit of cloudiness to my eye. And there's also micro scratches and things like that on there that you can't see on the video, but it's part about, you know, the sun beating on it and everything like that. But just clean it off. Always clean it off from here and touch it. You'll feel the difference. It's sticky. As you saw, my hand kind of gets stuck. From here, I'm using, again, I'm going back and forth between the compound and hybrid. I'm now, you know, definitely on the hybrid again, and I'm just breaking it down little by little, using an edge, going away from the edge, you know, and that's where the tape is going to save you a ton of damage that you're going to cause. Just working it in left and right, up and down. And again, clean it off. A lot better. And I do it twice for each one, with the compound and the hybrid compound. I want to do that just because I want to be able to work the material and the micro scratches away as far as possible, so it's easier for the next two stages, and you'll see them. Again, just clean off the surface because you don't want to contaminate from one compound or a hybrid compound and then going into a polish. You don't want to create those scratches. So right here, I'm changing to a polish that's an aggressive polish, and everything will be listed in the description. And with a white pad from Chemical Guys, it's a little bit softer pad. It's not going to work. It's going to work a little bit less aggressive as the orange pad. The orange pad is real hard and, you know, kind of digs into the paint or plastic that you're using. You can kind of see that it flicks a little bit more because I'm putting more speed into it. But you can see from this point that almost all the micro scratches are gone. Once I wipe everything away, all the micro scratches have slowly have gone away, and it has made a surface look so much better. And now it's a lot safer to drive this vehicle with the headlight that it has. Just want to clean it up a couple more times. I usually spray in the background. You know, again, touch the surface. Make sure that you got all the material off of it. You know, just be able to work your way around and not, you know, mess up anything. You know, just figuring it out. Now you can see that I'm actually using the finishing polish with the finishing polish and a black pad. So it's almost like lotion, and is how I explain it to people. And it's just like taking off dead skin. It's what we're basically doing is we're just taking it off little by little. It's exfoliating it. And so this is where, you know, taking this off and starting over and trying to make it better than what we started with. And you'll see just here in a second, it's about to do a time lapse. So you can kind of see the before and after. Again, clean off your surface, you know, step back, walk away from it, and then come back and take a look again. Again, you can see everything in time lapse, how fast I do it. In stages, little stages. Then you'll start seeing our polish. And then you'll see an after and a before. See the difference. See how you can almost see the light coming through. And on this side, it's almost reflecting within itself. It's not, it's like fog that's stuck inside it. And yes, I did both of them, but thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm glad that, you know, I'll get back to you and answer them. And hit like and subscribe, of course, and, you know, be blessed.